Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Saturday, May 21st, 2022 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I notice the connections. And welcome to Sun in Gemini. In fact, as I am sitting here recording this, the sun just shifted into Gemini. So this will be our focus for the next 30 days. I did mention a few Gemini things in yesterday's scope. You can always go back and look at that. But we're going to dig a little bit deeper into Gemini. Gemini is the sign of the twins. It is the third sign of the zodiac, and this is where mental acuity, mental energy comes into the picture. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Gemini rules the mind, and when I talk about getting a hold of your monkeys, a lot of times that is connected to Gemini energy. Gemini is where our mind starts really making connections, and that's going to be our theme for this month, is noticing the connections. There are so many connections that we can make with things, and sometimes Gemini energy can be so distracted by the shiny or by, oh, this is fun and this is funny, and yet there's a call to notice. I feel at this time, notice these patterns. People who are Geminis are great pattern decoders. So noticing what's going on around you, noticing yourself. Gemini as the twins, many twins I know, I've had some very close and even best friend twins over my lifetime. It's usually the good twin and the bad twin, right? The good twin and the naughty twin. And Gemini has this energy. While Gemini would love to show you its best face, in fact, Gemini is an amazing chameleon. Gemini energy is really good at mimicking. So while Gemini would like to show you its best face, everyone has that shadow energy. And Gemini is where we start to see the shadow twin, the shadow part of ourselves come up. Noticing that is part of being able to decipher and utilize Gemini energy. So awareness of that, making that connection. I have to say, there's a song from, I don't know, I think the 90s called Connection, and I don't even know who it's by, but since I was like, what is the theme for Gemini? That song has been playing in my head nonstop. Somehow you find the connection is made. That's all. And then the song, how it goes, like it just keeps playing and playing and playing. So we're being called to recognize the connection. Now this is going to serve us down the line a little bit. We are going to have a very long Mars transit in the sign of Gemini. Is it going to be 8 months, 9 months? It is going to be from August until March. So August of 2022, March of 2023. Mars is going to go all the way through Gemini and then retrograde back and then move forward again. It's a very long time for Mars to spend in a sign. And I think we want to start noticing and making these connections now so that we are aware of this when Mars in Gemini comes along. It's also a really good time to start providing boundaries around your thoughts. Gemini is an epic storyteller, and while stories are wonderful, these stories we tell do affect the rest of our body. This is another place where the Gemini energy can make that connection. So being aware of that is going to be very, very, very important. The other thing that, again, I'm getting like poked about, like say this again, is the mimicking. So during the time of Gemini, we can all become the twins, right? We can all become these mimickers, these energies that can twin another. I just, out of the corner of my eye, I'm seeing the craziest spider. Okay. I don't know what that message, but we got some spider message. We're weaving some webs. We're weaving some webs in this. That's Gemini. Like, ooh, okay, make a connection. I see this thing, make the connection. What I was saying is be aware where you may not be necessarily being true to yourself, where you may be mimicking. Now, mimicking can be actually very helpful at times, but there are times that we can lose ourselves in that. So the awareness of that is very important. Checking on my spider friend, see if he's still hanging out there, still in the same place, so that's good. There was one other thing that I was wanting to go into, and Spider has stolen that weave. Let me just connect for a moment. With this Mercury retrograde that we've got going on, there's going to be a lot of this. That's the thing. We have this Mercury retrograde going on. So the beginning of this energy may feel a little bit wonky. There goes the spider. It's starting to move. Let's see if it comes back around for me. I'm going to talk about the other astro that we have going on today. Super high electrical mental energies going on today. We have the moon in Aquarius. The moon in Aquarius is connecting to Uranus today in a square. Uranus rules Aquarius. So that's super mental, super electrical. We also have the sun and Mercury connecting today at 0 degrees, wonk degree. But again, be aware of your thoughts. Don't be afraid to set parameters. This is a really good time to set into play some kind of journaling or mind dump. Somebody who watches the scopes regularly suggested, what did you suggest? Painting it out. You can dance it out. There's many ways you can move this energy through you, but especially if you are feeling overwhelmed by the thoughts, give yourself some kind of outlet. Maybe it's a conversation with a friend where you can get these energies out. Make the connections. Be aware of the connections. That's the thing I wanted to say. There's the connection. As a Gemini rising, I find myself Tarzaning through life. It's like, swinging from one vine to the next. So notice where you're doing that and stay in touch with your personal systems. Gemini can be so stimulating that sometimes we find ourselves doing, swinging, not stopping so much because the mind is just like, ooh, let's keep going, this is interesting, this is fascinating, let's keep going. So be aware of that. Stay in touch with your body, stay in touch with your grounding. The other connection we have today is the moon in Aquarius connecting to Venus. It might be kind of a hyper-independent day. Venus is in Aries. Aquarius, while it likes to do things for community, you may find that it's not necessarily like a loved up kind of day. It's funny because I do actually have the Lovers card within my cards today, but I'm feeling the Lovers, it actually is a Gemini card, is representing the twins in this case. So being aware of the face you love to show the world, and being aware of the you that's behind the face, the shadow twin within yourself, and making it okay, and seeing where you can work with your inner Goofus and Gallant. If you can connect that one. I do want to mention that Mercury will be shifting back into Taurus on Sunday. Later in the day on Sunday. Just recognize the 0 degree energy, going back into 29, it can peak those Mercury shenanigans. We have the slowing down card. So take your Tarzaning slow as you make your connections and swing from one thing to another. This card always is a good card to remember. Grounding is important. We have the control card. Been feeling this control card in another light. Parameters for your mind. And notice what you are thinking and how much it affects you. I always love this white light coming in. There is so much good for you. There is so much productivity for your thoughts. It can help you so much, but it can also drop you. Especially with these strong mental vibes, be super aware of that. Got the guidance card. So spending some time with higher guidance or meditation or reading something that inspires you can help get your mind in alignment if needed. Final card that we have is the Master card, although it is in reverse. So we got some mastery to do around our mind. Start noticing, start making connections. Yes, this inspires my mind. This makes not so good, See for you, what are the connections that you are being called into over the next 30 days? So that's it for today. You can book a reading with me if you would like to connect with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and honor your values. Namaste.